I've always had a crush on this girl, but we graduated a few years ago and I never had the courage to ask her out. Fast forward to a week ago when I saw a post of hers on Facebook. I clicked on her profile just out of curiosity and saw that her relationship status was single. I'm single as well, but not looking for a relationship right now. So I sent her a message to ask how she was doing and we exchanged a few messages just talking about our lives and such. Then I asked her if she was really single and she said yeah. Why? I basically said that I always found her attractive and would love to have sex with her if she was interested. I wanted to be honest and blunt about my intentions. Other Redditors have reported using this approach successfully. I let her know it was no big deal if she wasn't interested. She said why would you even ask that and blocked me. I've been thinking about it for the last week and I'm kicking myself that I said that. I really wish I could go back in time and redo that whole conversation. I know that I came off as creepy and it makes me cringe just to think about it. TL, doctor, I asked my high school crush if she would have hook up with me and she blocked me. So there I was running errands with my husband. I'm a former teacher but now work in a different industry and I realized one of my former students was working as a clerk at our bank. We visited a while and then had to go. Our next stop was the grocery store. I'm in produce picking out veggies when my husband points out that our daughter's girlfriend is also shopping there. This is strange because our daughter's girlfriend is supposed to be traveling abroad right now. We ask her what she's doing home and she tells us her trip fell short because of a family emergency wedding, which seems strange but we shrug it off. We leave the grocery and my husband says he needs to stop one more place to renew one of his work licenses. It makes no sense to me but I say sure. We wind up at this massive office building and he's called to another room to take a test. I wait then decide to use the restroom. I wander the hallways forever until I find one, then I sit down on the toilet. I am on a new medication for a neurological condition and it dawns on me that everything going on in the day has felt strange and otherworldly. I remember one of the side effects to look out for is if it starts to feel like things aren't real. I send my husband a text telling him I think the meds are messing with my head and I'm in the bathroom, so if I'm not in the lobby when he gets out just wait for me. I pee. As I'm peeing, the stall door swings open and my husband is standing there. He asks are you peeing? I ask what? He asks are you fucking peeing right now? That's when I wake up, realize it was all a dream, and I am big spooning my husband as I pee on his back. Happy Monday. TL doctor dreamed I was peeing. I was really peeing. Peed on my husband. Well, context: I was filling out some paperwork from my boyfriend's computer as he was leaving for work. I noticed he was lingering a little heavy behind me the entire time but inevitably had to leave for work. Weird, I thought, lol. But after he left and it was time to submit my paperwork along with the fee, I went and logged into what I presumed was our online banking account. I forgot I was using the browser that is connected to his Google account, not my browser, as we both have Chrome shortcuts on his desktop. Also, the joint account when logged into says hi, OPBF name. Since he's the primary person on the joint account, so nothing really seemed out of place for me. I usually handle our household finances, and my tactic is to keep all money in the savings and pull out as needed for bills or small spending here and there. It forces me to think, is this necessary? Before ADHD compels me to spend $175 at the Container Store so I can pretend to be organized for 3 weeks and then fall back into chaos. So I clicked on the savings and noticed a large withdrawal, again from what I thought was our joint savings account, into the checking account. I immediately was like, did we get hacked? Spiked panic attack honestly. So I'm investigating and I go into the checking account and saw a statement for a ring shop I've previously gushed about wanting an engagement ring from. And then it clicked. My dumbass ruined my own engagement surprise. I called my sister, who just visited last night, to gush, and she said my boyfriend told her last night while I was cooking dinner that he plans on proposing and how hilarious she thought it was that I ruined my own engagement. But of course she said her lips are sealed for the rest of his plans on how he's going to propose, just told me he's planning to do it sometime during autumn, which I joked that I'ma be on my A game, staying looking my best the entire season. I gave myself kidney stones drinking water. So, I'm 35, I go on a health kick. trying to slim down my dad bod. I drink a lot of water because I do work outside. Of late I've been drinking the high alkali water, pH 9+ stuff, Smart Water, 7-Eleven water, etc. usually because I'm lazy, and also because I lack ice, and the space necessary to cart around a barrel of fun, 80s throwback. So I noticed some pain in my lower back. On Sunday, I thought it was muscles. The whole new workout, Get Fit. End of the day I was in excruciating pain from mid-back around to the front and all down my left side, then the right side started hurting. I also noticed I hadn't been peeing much. Went to the docs on Monday, it's kidney stones. They assume it's calcium oxalate, the common type. Weird, I haven't been upping my calcium intake aside from a 1-a-day vitamin. Proceeded to drink 3 gallons of water and 2 gallons of limeade in a day. Still hardly peeing given the massive fluid intake. Wake up this morning with a bursting bladder. Sprint to the bathroom. It's a fire hose, but not just a regular fire hose, it's pouring out me with force, splashing against the toilet so hard it's spraying back against my legs. Then the pain hits. With emphasis. I regret my life choices. I feel the stream lessen, and what feels like gravel start tearing through my urethra. Hashino. Oh yes. Out comes what feels like gravel tearing through my shaft and tip. Ever wondered what peeing gravel feels like? It's gross. And not fun. Try and catch them with strainer. Success, drop off to lab. But hey, my kidneys don't hurt, and my back isn't in agony from just existing. Go to gas station for my coffee, breakfast, and waters. Look at the ingredients on the pH 9+ stuff. Water, calcium carbonate. FML. I've been drinking this stuff for like 3+ months straight. There's my extra calcium intake. Call doc's office, explain to nurse I won't need any extra procedures for stone breaking. Explain what happened, she laughs, says it's good news, stick to regular water. Don't. Here's your PSA, don't drink the Kool-Aid, and by that I mean the mineral-laden water, for months on end. TL, doctor. Drank pH 9 water for 3 months. Gave myself kidney stones. They increase pH via calcium carbonate that leads to calcium oxalate stones. Update. Yes, I borrowed my dad's strainer. He gets calcium oxalate stones from too much calcium in his diet. He's been getting them for 20 years. You get to learn a lot when family has already gone through it. After I get my stones back from the doc, we'll know for sure what mine are. I'm currently logbooking everything for the doctor, so that they can identify precisely what it is. There were a half dozen 3 to 4 millimeters-ish stones from imaging. So just a little wider than the ureter, causing just enough blockage to cause problems. It's more than likely a combination of factors, and not just water, I'm aware, but hey, I thought it was funny, and it has been my only real calcium intake. Throwaway account. What I'm about to share happened more than a month ago, and at the time there was nothing funny about it. Now it cracks me up and makes me cringe whenever I think about it. I, 18 meters, still live with my parents, and Christianity plays a big role in my family. I'm not sure if I believe what they believe, but one thing was certain, my brother, 25, believed there was only one God. Drugs. At some point in his life, getting high was no longer about having fun, it was about feeding an addiction. When he started stealing from my family to support his drug habit, that's when my dad called the cops and had him arrested. My dad's plan was not to send my brother to prison, he was just buying time to come up with another solution. He called a family meeting and we brainstormed. Besides praying and hoping that a higher power magically makes my brother stop using drugs, rehab was the next best thing. My dad wanted to literally drag my brother to the nearest rehab center and force him to check in. I suggested that we try an intervention just like the ones on TV where the loved ones confronted the drug addict with letters they wrote to show how much they care and hopefully inspire the addict to seek professional help. My family agreed to do the intervention based on my passionate pitch. We wrote our letters and waited until my brother got released from jail the following day. When my brother entered the house, the living room was occupied by family members, church members, a few of my brother's friends, and one of his ex-girlfriends. I never expected my parents to basically invite the whole town, but there they all were. My mom explained to my brother what was happening before volunteering to be the first person to read a letter. My brother was not about that life. He told my mom to stop reading and allow him to go upstairs or he was gonna get upset and say some shit he can't take back. My mom kept reading, which prompted my brother to roast the shit out of all of us. He made fun of my mom for being addicted to Botox and always running on the treadmill with her arm straight down. He asked my dad what God thinks about him paying for porn. He accused me of sucking another guy's dick and literally pointed to the person who owned that dick. He was right. He advised my uncle to lose 200 pounds before trying to save anyone else's life. He said his ex-girlfriend's belly button looked like a butthole, which was the real reason he broke up with her. It went on and on until an argument broke out between my brother and everyone else. If my brother was not the tallest person in the room, my guess is someone would have punched him in the face long ago. Luckily it didn't go that far. My brother eventually went upstairs and didn't come down until there was no one left but my parents and I. It was awkward between all of us. My dad and I were unable to look at each other for the rest of that week, and what made it even worse was the fact that neither us denied what my brother said about us. It was never mentioned again. Since then, my brother agreed to go for rehab. He's been clean for 22 days and it seems like he's doing better. My mom stopped using the treadmill and is now running in the park early in the mornings when none of us are awake to see if she's actually moving her arms or not. It's still unclear if my dad watches porn, let alone pays for it. I'm dating a girl and she knows I've sucked a dick. I can't provide updates for the rest of the people my brother insulted. I think they're all done with the drama in my family because I don't see much of them anymore lol. TL Doctor, I convinced my parents to have an intervention for my drug-addicted brother. The intervention went sideways when my brother got angry and roasted everyone. This morning I, 27 meters, was at my friend's mom's funeral. During the church ceremony I was sitting next to my other friend who I'll call Ned for the purpose of this post. I made the mistake of telling Ned my friend's mom took my virginity when I was younger. Ned knew that information for less than an hour because for some reason I decided to open up to him on our way to the funeral. Towards the end of the church ceremony, Ned whispered into my ear and said that he was talking to another guy about how I had sex with my friend's mom when lo and behold that other guy said that he also had sex with my friend's mom when he was younger. Despite my frustration towards Ned for telling a random person something confidential about me, I was curious about this other guy. So, at the burial, Ned and I managed to track down the other guy for more information. The three of us united at the cemetery and the other guy shared his experience. He was convincing. I believed him. The other guy even pointed out a few other guys at the funeral that he claimed had similar experiences with my friend's mom. The funeral ended like 2 hours ago and I've been home since. Within those 2 hours, my friend who lost his mom unexpectedly added me to his family's group chat to basically confront me about the lies I've been spreading about his mom. Somehow my friend's family found out. I tried to be as apologetic as possible while trying to explain how the whole thing started with the mom to how it came out at the funeral. But I was communicating with people who just buried their loved one. No one gave a shit about what I said and I couldn't really blame them. My friend said our friendship was over and uninvited me to his upcoming wedding. His dad threatened to physically assault me and his sister threatened to call my mom. And those were just the messages from the immediate family and the group chat. I repeatedly apologized and eventually exited the group. Too much hate. I fucking tapped out. RIP my drama-free day. TL Doctor, at my friend's mom's funeral I revealed to friend number 2 that the mom took my virginity when I was younger. Friend number 2 shared that information with another guy who apparently had sex with the mom too in his younger days. The family of the deceased somehow found out and collectively attacked me on social media for spreading lies about their loved one. Now I'm dead to them.